Hello fellow sickos, TWK here, and welcome to my stream of conscious style video on WCW vs. the World, released back in 1996 in Japan and then later in 1997 here in the United States on the PlayStation 1, an exclusive for the console, and quite a good one too, although it would be the only one by the developers. The Man Breeze? Kind of odd that they would go by that, but they would later on be known as Aki or AKI Corporation, and then I believe Sin Sophia. So yeah, kind of weird how they got their start on the PlayStation 1. Nevertheless, that's where they started, so let's take a look and see how their, let's say, humble beginnings are. First off, the roster. It's got a few WCW names, but the rest are from various Japanese promotions but made to be copycats, so that way no one had to pay royalties to use them. However, how can anyone look at this and not see the Great Muta, or see this and not think it's Sabu? I mean, come on! This has got to be the most blatant case of IP theft in a wrestling game I have literally ever seen in my entire life. Also, judging by some of the other videos I've seen on this game over the years, I've noticed that I seem to be in the minority when it comes to enjoying the more Japanese-centric roster. I get it, most folks in North America and Europe are going to be more Western in their preferences, but games like this are my gateway to Japanese wrestling, so I can never really get angry at the inclusion of some of these legends. As for match intros, there really aren't any to speak of. I mean, we get a quick match graphic and that's about it. Considering the Japanese version of this game was released in September of '96, I'll give it some slack because that is some really early era 3D gaming, especially in terms of pro wrestling. Now for the gameplay. As you'd expect, it's very primitive. It's got the weak and strong grapple system from the later N64 games where you hold down the grapple button to do stronger moves, but it just feels off. Mainly because you have to be really close to your opponent to execute a maneuver of any sort. It's also kind of weird that X does weak strikes and R2 does strong strikes. On top of that, L2 is used for taunts. Much like the N64 games, you perform moves and taunts to build up your spirit until it's full, which you'll know because your wrestler will automatically start taunting. From there, do a strong grapple to perform a special move, which will 9 times out of 10 end the match. When it comes to the match types, you'll get normal one-on-one, and that's it. The lack of variety here can be very disappointing, but there is a tournament mode, which is at least a thing that, exists. Yeah, this is really starting to feel a bit like a proof of concept more than anything, but you gotta remember, 1996. By late 97, this company will have produced the second best-selling wrestling game on the N64, so think of this as Aki's growing pains. As for the main single-player mode, we've got the League Challenge, which is basically just a gauntlet of singles matches with the main prize being new wrestlers to unlock. When I completed the WCW League, I got Jeff Jarrett? JEFFJARRETT, ain't he great, Jeff Jarrett? Let me tell y'all, this is a far cry from the Bree-woo legend that we all know today. Speaking of music, this is some of the best from Aki's catalog, so how's about a brief selection of tunes while I dance like a maroon? Overall, WCW vs. the World is an extremely dated game that should only be played by either hardcore WCW fans or those that want to witness the history of wrestling video games. While I can still get a kick out of it, I can understand why others may not. And seriously, they put bachelorette party stripper Jeff Jarrett in the game but not Scott Hall or Kevin Nash? Shame! Shame! So yeah, not perfect, but I've played worse. Like Warzone, I'd still rather play this than Warzone because whilst Warzone has more match options, has technically better presentation in terms of entrances and a single player mode and all that, when it comes down to core gameplay, I would still rather play this. That's what matters to me more than anything else. Get that core gameplay right. And as for the next game, First, let's throw this into the past. Whee! Boom! The next evolution, WCW versus NWO World Tour! That's right, after just fighting the world, now they're just going to take the world over with a World Tour. Kind of weird how that works out. Also, this is the first WCW game, I believe, with NWO in the title because the New World Order was quite profitable and very popular at the time. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at in the future. And yes, I have technically taken a look at this game with the Japanese counterpart Virtual Pro Wrestling 64, but I want to give this game its own dedicated video. I think it's earned that, right? Maybe? We'll find out soon enough, won't we? Hope you join me for that, and hope you all have a perfect rest of your day.